Hi everyone, this is Dan from ALittleSliceOfThePie.com, and today I wanted to talk about how to determine a good sales rank or an ideal sales rank for a product that you are considering selling. Now the sales rank basically indicates where a product ranks on Amazon in relation to other products. In my free ebook that you can get at ALittleSliceOfThePie.com, I talk about ideal ranks for each category, and I have kind of a little cheat sheet in there so you can go through and find what is the best rank for the category of the item that you're going to sell. However, this cheat sheet is really only valid for Amazon.com. I had a reader write me and point out that they are selling in the UK, and Amazon.co.uk is going to be different because of the number of products and the diversity of products, different products, etc., etc. So I wanted to show you a simple formula that you can use on any Amazon site to determine a good sales rank for selling a product. So let's look at Amazon.com here, starting out. Let's go to a broad category like computers. If you go to computers and you put your cursor in here, don't enter a search term and just simply hit enter. You will see a number here showing 1 through 24 of 10,257,716 results. Now that tells you basically how many products are in this category. Now there's going to be some duplicates and some other things going on, but essentially that's an estimate of the number of products in computers and accessories. Now what you're going to want to do is take three calculations. So get out your calculator, and you're going to want to do 15% of that number, 5% of that number, and 1% of that number. And what that'll tell you is a good sales rank depending on how much risk tolerance you have. In some categories I'm willing to go up to 15% or sometimes even a little higher, like in movies and TV. I'll go even a little higher than that if the profit is there. And I talk about that a little more in my other video, my previous video about selling DVDs and other media online. But in computers, let's just take a look here. Go 10,257,716 times 15%. And we've got 1,538,657. So if you have high risk tolerance, this would be anything below that number for sales rank would be okay to sell. It may sit for a little while, but it will probably sell. Now there's a lot more indicators than just sales rank, and I'll explain even more in depth about sales rank and what to look out for on ALittleSliceOfThePie.com, so look for that blog post. This video will be underneath it. Now let's go ahead and do 10,257,716 times 5%. Now this would be better if you can find anything under about 500,000, 512,000. That's going to be, in my opinion, that's the ideal sales rank. Anything below that, is going to sell relatively quickly, most likely. Again, you're going to want to do more research, but that's a good indicator. Now 1% is kind of the elite. 257,716 times 1%. So anything under 100,000 is going to be pretty awesome in computers and accessories because this is a big category. So anything under 100,000 will most likely sell very fast and will be very popular. Okay, now 10 million in computers and accessories on Amazon.com. Let's go over to the UK site and select computers and accessories. Hit enter, and you'll find there are 6 million. So almost half as much, a little more than half as much on the UK site. So if you're selling in computers and accessories and you tried to sell something with a sales rank of 1 million, you're going to find out very quickly that that's not going to be a very good sales rank. Just to quickly do the math here, let's just do the 15%. 766 times 15%. So 953,000 is pretty much as high as you want to go in that category on the UK. So that formula, 15%, 5%, 1%. Again, 5% is where I like to be. I will go to 15% if the profit's real good. And 1%, I don't target that, but if you can find something 1% or below, that's great. That's 1% of everything in the category. So that's fantastic. Now, a couple things to watch out for. In some categories, let's just go to pets, because it's a popular category here. This is back on the Amazon.com, the US site. You'll find when you enter, go in here and hit enter, there are no numbers that come up, so you don't know how many products are in here. Now, there's a simple way in most categories. If you just go scroll down here, see this doesn't have any numbers, but if you scroll down, you will see, oh, I went a little too far. Here we go, department, pet supplies. You got birds, cats, dogs, fish, horses, etc., etc., etc. And it's going to be the same thing on the UK, just to show you real quick here. Pet supplies doesn't show a number when it first comes up here, but if you scroll down, there's all our numbers in the categories. Now, if you take those numbers and you add them up, you'll come up with, you know, the total about how many products are in there, and you can do the same formula, 15%, 5%, 1%. And I put it here, pet supplies, and you can see, again, there's a huge difference. Pet supplies in the US, there's 615,000, that's just from adding up these numbers here. And pet supplies in the UK is 261,000, that's from adding up those numbers there. So you can see, again, I came up with, if you do 15%, it's about 92,000 for the US. So if you do 92,000 or below in the US, you're going to be in pretty good shape. In the UK, 92,000 or below is not going to be good at all. That's going to be way too high. So you want to apply that formula depending on what site you sell in. Now, one more note. When I'm selling DVDs, CDs, video games, media, I will rely heavily on the sales rank, as well as when I'm selling arbitrage, when I go out and I buy things at a low price, sell high. And the reason is I'm only buying 2, 3, 4, 5 at a time, sometimes up to 10, but that's about my max, and I'll go 10. So it's, you know, it's a risk going off of just the sales rank, and I'll talk about that in other videos, things that you need to look for, and when you're working with suppliers, more research that you need to do. But I will rely heavily on that number because it's a quick indicator, and sometimes I will lose out, and I talk about in my other video about buying media, checking out Camel, looking at the sales rank history, looking at the price history, looking at other sellers, things like that, and I'll talk about that more in other videos. But for those things where I'm only buying a few of them, sales rank is a pretty good indicator. When you're working with wholesale suppliers, it's a whole different story, and you're going to want to do more research because you're buying 100, 500, 1,000 or more at a time, and you don't want to be stuck with those. So hopefully this helps kind of demystify the sales rank, Amazon sales rank. And again, I'll have more written on my blog about what it is, things to watch out for, why it's not a perfect indicator, and I'll get that blog post up in the next couple days here. So if you don't see it, it'll be up in the next couple days, and this video will be under it. Hopefully this helped, and leave comments below, and good luck in your endeavors. Thanks for watching.